Hey everyone, welcome to the video. We're going to take an early look at my cash game lineup for this week. Now it's only Friday, so this is subject to change. But for now, this is what we got. So quarterback, we have Cam Newton. The Panthers got embarrassed by the Steelers last week, and I think they bounced back in a big way this week versus Detroit. Last week, they gave up over 30 fantasy points to Mitch Trubisky and the Bears offense. And the Lions are a bottom half team in regards to fantasy points given up per week to the quarterback position, close to 19, and are 31st DVOA versus the pass this year. Cam Newton having a down week in a game where everyone was watching might have been the best thing for us, as he may come in lower owned than he should have. And his lack of rushing that game was a fluke as well, and I think he gets right back to it. Over his career in dome games, he has a 50-50 shot of scoring a touchdown. And David Johnson, he gets a matchup versus the Raiders, and I just love this. He's coming off his best game of the year versus the Chiefs, and gets another elite matchup this week. The Raiders are giving up the 7th most fantasy points per game to the running back position, near 30. And our 23rd DVOA rushing defense, and ever since Leftwich took over, Johnson's finally been used correctly, being involved in the passing game. That offers us a nice floor as well. And running back, the second one, we have Dion Lewis. He was last week's chalk, and I wasn't too high on him then, but this week I really do like him. He's still under 5K, and he should see 15 to 20 touches in a great matchup versus the Colts. They've given up the 11th most points per game to RBs this year, near 30. And this is the good part. Indy gives up the 2nd most receiving yards per game to running backs, so I think Dion has no problem in this game. Just gotta hope Derrick Henry doesn't vulture too many touchdowns, and we should get him at a lower ownership this week, and I love that. And at receiver, this is really just what you have to do in cash. Michael Thomas, he's probably going to be the most highest. He's going to probably be the highest on receiver. The Eagles give up 42 points per game to receivers, which is good for 5th worst in the league. And Mike's going to be guarded by Shannon Sullivan and just other guys that cannot keep up with them all game, so we're going to have to play him here. And we have Odell. So the first thing I do every week is look who's playing Tampa, and this week is Odell's turn. He's going to be matched up against old man Brent Grimes, PFF's 101st ranked corner. He's not going to be able to stay with him in this game at all. And he's also plays in the slot as well, and Tampa gives up over 120 yards per game to the slot this year as well. And the Bucks, 44 points per game to receivers this year, which is 2nd worst in the league, 30th DVOA versus the pass, and really the only thing that can stop Odell in this game is Eli. And cheap receiver, DJ Moore. This is the pairing we're going to use with Cam Newton. Now he will most likely avoid Slay most of the time in this game, so I really like that. He gets to match up against some really bad corners on Detroit, and he has one of the best advantages, wide receiver cornerback advantages of the week. And at tight end, we really had to pay down. I'd love to get Ertz, but it's really hard to do this week, especially if you want to get Odell and Michael Thomas. So we're going with Ricky Seals-Jones. I recommended him last week, and he did good for his price. It's not a safe pick, but give me anyone versus the Raiders defense. They give up the 7th most points to tight ends, and they're 32nd ranked DVOA team versus the tight end. Dead last in the league. I'd be happy with another 5 for 51 like last week as well. And Alex Collins, I know it doesn't sound very good, but man, the Bengals are just such a bad defense. They give the 3rd most points per game to running backs this year at 32. And if Lamar Jackson or RG3 starts, which it's what it's going to come down to, is Joe Flacco's out now, this is only going to help them. Defenses will be overly concerned about Jackson, leaving Collins with some more room to run. They also are 30th DVOA versus the run, and Collins is only 4,400, so really can't ask for much more. And for defenses, I really wanted to get the Cardinals, but I just didn't have enough salary for it. But the Texans going against Washington should be pretty good. Washington's missing pretty much their whole entire offensive line, and Houston can really pressure the quarterback, so I think we can get a nice handful of sacks, and they should be able to get a turnover or two as well. Alright guys, good luck this week, and I'll let you know if there's any updates.